Hey YouTube, JT here. Bring you guys my Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon deck profile. I really wanted to do this deck for a while. I've been doing this deck for a long time now, and I thought maybe I would show you guys how I play it in the deck. Like it's kind of, well, more because it has this deck has more power plays and such, more pendulum summoning, and more strategic ways you can be able to take out your opponent. So let's dive right on in. So as for starters, you would run your main card in here. I run three Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragons. Great card effect. It deals also not only deals double damage, but its pendulum effect lets me get a pendulum monster with 1,500 or less attack points from the graveyard. Add from the deck, and also you don't take no damage involving a pendulum monster that your opponent battles out. So very unique card to play a lot, and also for that. And also I run two Odd Eyes Arc Pendulum Dragon. I don't have a third one yet, but I do thinking about boosting it up to 3 for now. It's a scale 8. Its attack points are 2,700 and defense of 2,000. Its pendulum effect: if an Odd Eyes you control is destroyed by battle or by a card effect, you can special summon one Odd Eyes monster from your hand, deck, or graveyard. But even though you can use this once per turn, um, you can like kind of use it both ways around for battle or for the pendulum ability. That's why I run the trap card Pendulum Switch, which I will get to you guys shortly on that one. And also I run three Odd Eyes Phantom Dragons. Great card I like putting in there because its special ability allows me to deal more damage to the opponent for each Odd Eyes monster you have in your pendulum zones multiplied by 1,200. Great card to use for it, and you can be able to, so that you be in the case if you have like either like Perform Power Odd Eyes like Phoenix or Odd Eyes Unicorn, they count as Odd Eyes cards too, and for that, and that's why I run both of them, which I will get to that pretty much shortly. And also I run three Performer Pal Yugo Golem for your fusion summoning plays, and it's pendulum. It's mainly this card is mainly like a way around without using polymerization in the deck. But I also kind of run Odd Eye Fusion in here just in case. But I'm gonna get to that, tell you guys about that shortly and such. And, but also its special ability is when it gets during the main phase 1, if this card with Pendulum Summon, you can summon one fusion monster from your extra deck using the card you control and a dragon monster you control as fusion material. So I use this to bring out either Starving Venom Fusion Dragon or Performer Pal Gatling Ghoul or Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon at that matter is. You'll understand that when I get through with that. And also, I run two Performer Pal Odd Eyes Minotaurus. Great card to have in the deck profile. You because if its pendulum scale is 6, and its pendulum effect is if a Performer Pal or Odd Eyes monster attacks a defense position monster, you can also inflict piercing damage. So basically, this card can give piercing abilities to any Odd Eyes monster you have on the field or a Perform Pal like Gatling Ghoul. It's mostly the strongest Perform Pal I have in the deck. And also its pendulum effect during damage calculation of a pendulum monster attacks an opponent's monster, you can make that monster you can make that monster lose 100 attack points for each Perform Power monster you control during the damage calculation. So basically, you can be able to put your opponent at a very big disadvantage for it. So basically, for like if you have like about like five Performer Power Odd Eyes monsters on the field, the opponent loses 500 points. So basically you'll be playing your monsters at a huge advantage as well, for that matter. And I also won one Odd Eyes Gravity Dragon for now. Great card for me to run because if its ability, it's like chain energy. Because for every time your opponent plays something, they inflict 500. They have to pay 500 life points for every time they have to activate a card effect. It's kind of similar to that effect, but like different. But like it's because like if the opponent activates a card effect, they have to pay up 500 life points or something. But mainly, its special ability is way better because special ability for when it's ritual summon is a lot better because because whenever it's on the field, it returns all the spell and trap cards the opponent controls, and they cannot activate anything in response to its activation. So it's a really good card to play. I'd say I'm only running one for right now, but if you guys say for that matter, it doesn't matter to you if you guys want to have it two in here. That way you'll be boosting the damage up for your opponent for a lot. And for now, any other powerful plays, I run one Odd Eyes Synchron, one Odd Eyes Lancer Dragon, one Performer Pal Odd Eyes Dissolver, and one Odd Eyes Saber Dragon for your other powerful plays and such. I normally use Performer Pal Odd Eyes Dissolver or Performer Pal Odd Eyes Synchron for synchro plays and fusion plays and such. Because I use Performer Pal Odd Eyes Dissolver for any monster I can use to bring out Starting Venom Fusion Dragon or anything like that. And Odd Eyes Saber Dragon has a good effect. It allows me if he destroys a monster in battle, he can destroy another monster in battle. So basically, he can take out a second monster without even attacking. And also, Odd Eyes Lancer Dragon can also be summoned if a pendulum monster I control gets destroyed. I have to tribute another pendulum monster and summon this card. And also, if an Odd Eyes I control it would be destroyed, I can also destroy that and put. If you can destroy one Odd Eyes card in your monster zone or in pendulum zone instead. So basically, it's kind of like if your opponent takes that card out, takes Lancer out first, you can sacrifice one of your cards in your pendulum zones to save itself from being destroyed, just for any ways you need it. And also for any pendulum plays you guys want to know what I run. I run one of each Odd Eyes Mirage and Persona Dragon, Shang-Chi and Shang-K Magician, Performer Pal Odd Eyes Unicorn, and Odd Eyes Light Phoenix and Time Stargazer and Time Gazer Magicians for my easy pendulum plays I use in the deck profile. Pretty cool stuff. I still mostly like to use Stargazer and Time Gazer for their be able to stop opponents from activating trap cards during the battle phase and such like that. But they're unique. Each monster has a very unique effect for them. And that is it for the monsters. Now we move on to the spells. I run one Pot of Riches. I plan to boost this up to two. I'm thinking about maybe just ditch probably one Odd Eyes Fusion card for that matter. But basically, Pot of Riches can shuffle 3 pendulum monsters from the extra deck or the graveyard back to the main deck to draw 2 cards, and I can only activate once per turn. But even though it also has a penalty, you cannot special summon any other monsters except for pendulum summoning. So basically, it kind of locks down any special summoning from the extra deck only. So, I still say you could run it for any use of your matter. And also I run 2 Odd Eyes Fusions. I mostly use this card instead of Yugo Golem, but when it comes down to whenever I have him out on the field, but I also use Odd Eyes Fusion for anything else for that matter. Like I can also, but it's other effect. If I control no monsters on the field, I can also use two Odd Eyes monsters in my extra deck as fusion materials. So basically, I can ditch out any Odd Eyes cards I have in my extra deck and use them for fusion summoning as well. And also, I run one Odd Eyes Advent for Odd Eyes Gravity Dragon for his play. And what it does, I really like this effect a lot because it's kind of more of a bit better ritual card because you can summon Odd Eyes Gravity Dragon from either your hand or graveyard, other like that. But it's also its another effect is if your opponent controls 2 or more monsters and you control no monsters, you can also send an Odd Eyes monster from your extra deck to the graveyard. So basically, you'll be able to summon Gravity Dragon without the need of sending any monsters out of your hand or anything. So you'll just have you can only use the second effect if you have no monsters on the field and your opponent controls 2 or more. That's how the effect works out. And I run 2 Duelist Alliances. It's a really good card effect, allowing me to add any pendulum card or pendulum monster I want in here, like Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon or something like that, or Arc Pendulum Dragon, and so for that matter. I'm thinking about putting this card into my Supreme King Zark deck when I have a chance to rebuild it again. But mainly, I would want 2 of these for the matter for now. And I also run 3 Spiral Flame Strike. Great card effect. I really like running 3 of these because each 2 of their effects are really good. If I control an automatic monster on the field, I can target 1 card on the field and destroy it. Second effect, you can add 1 level 7 monster automatic monster from your deck, or a face-up level 7 automatic pendulum monster from your extra deck. So basically, it's an adding play for your monsters, so that way you can either, if Audice is in the extra deck or in the main deck, or if Audice is on the field, you can totally take out your any card your opponent controls. And also, I only have 1 terraforming right now, but I'm thinking about putting in 2 for now, because I also have 2 Sky Irises for that matter. Because Sky Iris is a really good effect because it mainly protects your pendulum scale and the opponent, and also you can also destroy any card on your side of the field to add an odd-ice card from your deck to your hand. And I like using this field spell a lot because it could not only protect my pendulum scale, but I get to add odd-ice cards to my hand, so that way I can get better plays off of anything. And last but not least, I run 1 Monster Reborn for that matter. I mainly use it to bring out any opponent's strong monsters out of their graveyard and put it onto my field. But if you guys know about Monster Reborn and everything. So that is it for the spell. For the spells, we are now moving on to the trap cards. I run 1 Pendulum Switch and 1 Pendulum Reborn. I like Pendulum Switch because, as I told you earlier in the video, I run 2 Arc Pendulum Dragons for them to for their switch arounds and such, because Pendulum Switch allows me to switch 1 monster from the Pendulum Zone to the field and take another Pendulum monster off the field and place it in the Pendulum Zone. And I only run 1 for now. And Pendulum Reborn allows me to bring back 1 Pendulum monster from either face up from the extra deck or in the graveyard, for that matter. I only run 1 of each for now because I've been looking through it. I only have 1 of these each for now. And also I run 2 Echo Oscillation for your draw power and such. For its effect, you can target 1 card in your Pendulum Zone, destroy, then draw 1 card from your deck. You can only use the effect of Echo Oscillation once per turn. So like I said, you can use this for draw power if you want to. It doesn't matter. And if you're stuck in a jam or something and you have and your opponents aren't really cornering you, you can run 3 of run these, Quaking, Drowning, and Stormy Mirror Force for now, for any attack for your counter attacking plays. For that, I mostly like using Drowning Mirror Force because it returns all monsters back to their decks and such, but only if your opponent's declared a direct attack or something. And that is it for the main deck. We're now moving on to the extra deck. As for my fusion plays, I run 1 Starving Venom Fusion Dragon, 1 Performer Pal Gatling Ghoul, and 1 Odd-Eyes Vortex Dragon. These 3 are like the best cards I have in the game for Starving Venom. And when he's on the field, special summon to the field, he can gain attack points equal to the opponent's special summon monster on the field, and against the effect of any monster the opponent wants. And also, Gatling Ghoul's effect allow him when he's on the special summon to the field, you can inflict 200 points of damage to your opponent for each card that is currently on the field. So basically, it's also counting your field and your opponent's side of the field, and also its other effect, if it was used to summon a Pendulum monster, you can also target 1 card on the field monster that your opponent controls, destroy it, and inflict damage equal to it. So basically, it's a more packed damaging hit. But I'm thinking about boosting Gatling Ghoul to 2, but I'm still thinking about it. And I Vortex Dragon. Now, this card is way better because when it's special summon, you can return 1 face-up attack resistant monster that your opponent controls back to their hand or something. Or when a spell and trap card on on the opponent's side of the field is activated, you can shuffle one face-up Pendulum monster from your extra deck to the main deck to negate the activation and destroy it. And it's a once per turn thing, so best to use. I always like using these three. And as for my synchro plays, I only have one of each. Only have one Odd-Eyes Meteor Burst Dragon and one Clearing Synchro Dragon. Thinking about I don't forgot where I put my Supreme King Clearing at, but I advise you all you guys should run one in the deck, one of each in the deck for now. So that way you can because you also have Form Power Odd-Eyes Synchron. And also I think you should guys put Noble Dragon Magician back into the deck, just there for your safe plays and such like that. And as for Xyz, I run a lot of these, but I'm gonna just go with one of the main cards. I run Supreme King Dragon Dark Rebellion and Dark Rebellion Xyz Dragon. I mainly use my Supreme King Dark Rebellion because he has the effect that it takes away all the opponent's monsters' attack points and adds it to its own. So basically you'll be putting your opponent's monsters at a disadvantage every time if it attacks him. And also this is only like a once per turn thing. And also, I mean, you don't have to mind the second effect at all, for that matter. But it's until the end of the turn. But Dark Rebellion Xyz Dragon his effect is kind of permanent because it steals all the attack points of one monster on the opponent's side of the field, steals half of it, and gains that half in its attack points. And you can only use the effect once because it requires two monsters. And as for any other Xyz plays, I run one Big Eye, one Red Eyes Flare Metal, and one Gaia Dragon, the Thunder Charger. Great. All these cards have great plays and such. These cards have really great plays and such, and that's why I run all of these cards. Use all the three main Xyz monsters. Thinking about putting in a couple more, but I just only run 15. You can only run 15 in a deck. And as for Link monster plays, I always like to keep my field open with trying to put some more extra monsters out. I run one Traffic Ghost and one Decode Talker for now because Decode Talker, for its effect to gain 500 and also negating the activation cards by sacrificing any monster that it points to. Well, guys, that is it for the Odd-Eyes deck profile. Make sure you guys give this video thumbs up. And also, don't forget to comment and subscribe to my channel if you're new to this channel. Make sure you guys, and then don't forget, follow me on my also have an Instagram and a Facebook page. Don't forget to follow me on that one, and be sure to check out any more videos if you guys need more plays. So that's it.